This is the L2C Media Network, live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk in the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson, Michigan. This is Steve Sporty Balls, Sports Talk and More, presented by the L2C Media Network. I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer, and now, ladies and gentlemen, he's strong to the finish because he eats more than spinach. He's Baxman, the Sporty Balls man. Toot toot. Hey everybody, how you doing? Pleasure to see you. See you a pleasure. And we're still here. Thank gosh. But anyway, we got a lot of good sports. We're going to give you day 2, or actually night 2, of the NFL draft from Vegas. We also got some NFL news, quite possibly. A super signing to report. Apparently the Colin Kaepernick drama may be coming to an end. You may notice I have a little good luck angel. This is on behalf of my mother, who passed away of COVID and dementia. Good luck kiss. And she really loved watching and being a part of my little show here. And I miss her a lot. Anyway, she's watching, probably wondering what the hell I'm going to do. I have no idea, but I got to do it soon. I think I'll do it tomorrow. Anyway, a little cleanup and a little getting rid of things. I've also got to check a few things as well, so that'll be coming up in the next few days. Anyway, as I said, we got a lot to do. Sports is one of the things we love to do. And we're going to do it. Why? Because we can. And because we care about you, our audience. So let's get this show rolling, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's don't boomer this up. Let's get things rocking and rolling. And there we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, before we do anything, want to remind you that our scoreboard, as always, is sponsored in part by Caesar Sportsbook and Casino. Remember, we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you think you may have went over your limit, well, there's some good people that would love to give you some help. And they are the men and women of the National Hockey League. No, guys. Oh boy. We're having some great. There we go. Thank you. We hit the right button this time. As I was saying before we got into a wrong site, just a little reminder tonight that we are Caesar, and even Caesars know their limits. And if you know your limits, and if you think you got a little problem gambling or a little gambling problem, call our good friends over at the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700. The network is a single national access point to local resources for those seeking for a gambling problem. Number again is 1-800-522-4700 from the National Council on Problem So give him a ball, give him a call. You'll feel a lot better. With that said, if we can, let's get on with this, shall we? Start off with Major League Baseball. And we got 5 games? Yes. Oh, 6 games. 6 games that are still in progress. Now it's 5 games. One just went final, so let's go to that one right now. The Arizona Diamondbacks beat the who? Thank you. Beat the St. Louis Cardinals by a score of 6-2, 6-9-0 for the Diamondbacks. 2-5-0 for the Cardinals. Bumgarner gets the win for the Diamondbacks. He's 1-1. Wainwright gets the loss for the Cards. He's 2-3. Bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th inning. It is the Colorado Rockies 9, Cincinnati Reds 1. In the top of the 6th, Oakland Athletics lead the lead the Cleveland Guardians 6-5. Top of the 5th inning, Dodgers lead the Tigers 5-1. And also in the top of the 5th inning, the Nationals over the Giants 5-2. Let's get you some final score. Oh, and in the bottom of the 9th, on a rain delay, it is the Yankees, and we're going to give them the win. Yankees up 10 on the Kansas City Royals 12-2. Now let's get to some final scores, shall we? We shall. San Diego Padres beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-3, 7-7-0 for the Pods, 3-10-0 for the Pirates. Darvish is your winner for the Padres. He's 2-1. Thompson still stuck on losses. He has lost all 3 of his starts. Rogers for the Padres gets his 8th save. Florida Marlins beat up on the Seattle Mariners 8-6, 8-10-0 for the Marlins, 6-10-0 for the Mariners. Hernandez gets the big shot of a victory, 2-1 is his record. Brash was not that good tonight. He takes the loss. He's 1-2, and Bender has his 5th save for the Marlins. All right, Boston Red Sox beat the Baltimore Orioles 3-1, 3-6-0 for the Sox, 1-5-2 for the Orioles. Houck gets the win for the Red Sox. He's 2-1. Bradish gets the loss for the Orioles. He's 0-1. And Strom gets the first save for the Red Sox. Houston Astros beat the Toronto Blue Jays 11-7, 11-14-0 for the Stros, 7-13-0 for the Jays. Urquidy gets the win for the Stros. He's 2-1. Thornton gets the loss again. He is winless in 2 starts. Los Angeles Angels beat the Chicago White Sox 5-1, 5-13-1 for the Angels, 1-3-1 for the White Sox. Warren gets the win for the Angels. He's 2-0. Giolito gets a loss for the Sox. He's 0-1. And Iglesias, for all the years I loved before, for all the baseballs I've thrown before, Iglesias gets his 6th save. Tampa Bay Rays defeat the Minnesota Twins 6-1, 6-8-0 for the Rays, 1-3-0 for Les Twins. Kluber gets a big victory for the Rays. He's 1-1. Bundy gets the loss. He's 3-1 for the Twins. New York Mets blanked Philadelphia Phillies 3-0. 3-10-0 for the Mets. 0-1 for the Phils. Guess what that means? That's right. It's a no-hitter, ladies and gentlemen. But this one is somewhat of a different version. So we'll tell you about that on headlines. Atlanta Braves over the Texas Rangers 6-3, 6-9-0 for the Braves, 3-6-1 for the Rangers. Anderson gets the win. He's 2-1. Richards gets the loss for the Rangers. Anderson gets the win for the Braves. Richardson gets the loss for the Rangers. He's 0-1. And Jansen gets his sixth save for the Braves. And finally, the Milwaukee Brewers, they cleaned up the floor with the Chicago Cubs 11-1. 11-13-1 for the Brews, 1-3-0 for the Cubs. Winning pitcher Hauser, he's 2-2. Losing pitcher was Hendricks for the Cubbies. He's also 1-2. And there you go, all the scores. Let's give you now a thank you very much. Let's give you a look-see at how the standings are going as we get back into things. In the American League East, New York Yankees are top dog with 13 wins and 6 losses. 1 game up on Toronto at 13-8, 1.5 up on Tampa Bay at 12-8, 5 up on Boston at 9-12, and 7.5 up on Baltimore at 6-14. Meanwhile, the Central Division of the American League, it's Minnesota top dog at 11-9, 2.5 up on Kansas City, who's at 7-10, 3.5 up on the White Sox at 7-12, also 3.5 up on Cleveland at 7-12. Detroit, where they belong, last place, 4 games back at 6-12. Again, it's early in the festivities. We will not judge yet. LA Angels, they're the top dog at 14-7, 2.5 up on Seattle, 11-9, and Houston with also 11-9, 3 up on Oakland at 10-9, and 7 up on Texas, 6-13. In the National League East, it has been a stunner again as New York Mets continue to be the top dog at 15-6, 3 up on Miami Marlins at 11-8, 5 up on Philadelphia at 10-11, 5.5 up on Atlanta at 9-11, and 9 up on Washington at 6-15. Let's keep going now in the Central Division. Milwaukee, top dog, 14-7 record. 1.5 up on St. Louis with 11-7, 5.5 up on Pittsburgh at 8-12. Same with the Cubs, also 8-12, 5.5 up, or 5.5 up. And Cincinnati is 10 up, and Milwaukee is 10 up on Cincinnati at 3-16. In the Western Division, San Francisco is top dog at 13-6, but so too by percentage are the San Diego Padres at 14-7. They are also in the clubhouse in first place. The LA Dodgers, playing the Tigers right now, are just a half game behind at 12-6. Colorado 3 behind at 10-9, and Arizona 5.5 up on a definitely truer spike. The Arizona Diamondbacks once again keeping that basement a little warm for, trust us, a whole lot of good value. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I do believe it's still early. We cannot decipher the worst team in America just yet. Give us time. We will do so. Okay, let's Let's take you right now to minor league baseball. Whew. All right, we are here to bring you some minor league baseball. Yes, friends. So here we go, here we go, here we go, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're in AAA section now, so let's begin. Got some games still going on in AAA. Bottom of the eighth, it's Sacramento 12, Albuquerque 7. Bottom of the sixth, Tacoma 3, Vegas 5. Let's get you updates on others that are playing at this moment. Excuse me. Las Vegas is leading Tacoma on the bottom of the sixth, 5-3. Now, okay, Lehigh Valley and Scranton played two, and Lehigh Valley swept them. First game, Lehigh Valley defeated Scranton Wilkes-Barre at 11-3. Line score, Lehigh Valley 11-10-1. Scranton Wilkes-Barre 3-6-1. Lehigh Valley and Scranton in game numero dos was oh boy. In the second game, Lehigh Valley swept them. They beat Scranton 7-3, 7-9-0 for the by. All right, let's keep going here. All right, Syracuse beat Rochester 6-4, 6-11-1 for the Qs, 4-9-1 for Rochester. Columbus over Louisville 8-4, 8-9-0 for Columbus, 4-9-1 for Louisville. Memphis against Durham went to Memphis 2-1, 2-6-0 for Memphis, 1-6-0 for Durham. Worcester over Buffalo, 8-6, 8-17-1 for Worcester, 6-9-0 for Buffalo. Jacksonville and Charlotte get to play in a huge race. Jacksonville, have you ever thought of maybe somebody may have been anyway? Oh man, there we go. Okay, so Worcester beat Buffalo 8-6, 8-17-1 for Worcester, 6-9-0 for Buffalo. Jacksonville beat Charlotte 7-4. And I will tell you, to have a family defended, okay. Okay, let's get back in it. Jacksonville beat Charlotte 7-4, 7-13-0 for the Ville, 4-9-0 for Charlotte. Gwinnett over Norfolk by a score of 8-0, 8-10-1 for Gwinnett, 0-4-2 for Norfolk. Oklahoma City over Sugar Land by a score of 3-2. Lord, okay. Okay. Oklahoma City beat Sugar Land 3-2, 3-7-0 for Oklahoma City, 2-6-0 for Sugar Land. Indianapolis and Iowa. Indianapolis beat Iowa by a score of 8-10, ranting in person. Or just, oh man. Okay, let's keep on going here. Okay. Indianapolis, you have a annual little card lodge thing here. Anyway, 8-10-0 for Indianapolis, 1-8-1 for Iowa. More finals and more of this juice. Salt Lake City beat Round Rock by a score of 5-3, 5-5-0 for Salt Lake, 3-8-4 for the Round Table. Anyway, man. Anyway, there we go. Final score: Reno over El Paso, 6-4. 6-14-0 for Reno, 4-9-1 for El Paso. This one was suspended in the top of the seventh. Nonetheless, Nashville and St. Paul are tied at 3. Toledo and Omaha, they were postponed again due to inclement weather. Okay, let's go to AAA. And here we go, top of the ninth. Sacramento leads Albuquerque 12-7. Yay. Okay. Yeah, we got the AAA done. Now let's get to the bigger fish to fry. Somerset over Portland, 7-1, 7-6-0 for Somerset, 1-5-3. Thank you very much. Somerset over Portland, 7-1, 7-6-0 for Somerset, 1-3-1 for Portland. Richmond over Bowie, 2-1, 2-2-2 for Richmond, 1-4-1 for Bowie. New Hampshire over the reading assignment. Anyway, let's see. Binghamton over Erie, 2-0, 2-3-0 for Binghamton. 0-1-0 for Erie. Harrisburg over Hartford, 8-6, 8-8-1 for Harrisburg, 6-8-2 for Hartford. Akron over Altoona, 3-1, 3-4-0 from Akron, 1-5-1 for Altoona. In the 10th inning, Chattanooga finally had enough, and they beat Tennessee by a score of 9-8, 9-11-2 for the Noog, 8-9-2 for Tennessee. Binghamton over Rocket City, 12-5, 12-15-0 for Binghamton, 5-10-1 for Rocket City. Mississippi beat Montgomery 9-4. What a way not to make a living. 9-9-1 for the Danhausens, and 4-6-0 for Montgomery. So, let's see what we got here. Pensacola over Biloxi. Final score 4-0. 4-9-0 for Pensacola. 0-1-0 for Biloxi. Frisco over Midland, 7-5, 7-13-0 for Frisco, 5-10-0 for Midland. Tulsa over Corpus Christi, 3-0 was the final score. And I'll tell you, got a bright crowd there that know their rodents. Springfield over San Antonio, 7-6, 7-10-0 for Springfield. 6-11-1 for San Antonio. All right, Amarillo over Northwest Arkansas, 8-7. The final score, 8-17-1 for New Arkansas. And God bless the fine folks who created this war. Okay. Let's see. I think we're done with double A. Let's now go to high A. And here we go. Mid-8th. Spokane leads Everett 4-0. Final scores. Great Lakes over West Michigan 3-2. 3-9-0 for the Lakes. 2-4-1 for West Michigan. Lake County up against Lansing. Well, it had to happen one way or the other. I don't know how to appear my butt since yes, indeed. All right. 3-9-0 for Great Lakes, 2-4-1 for West Michigan. Lake County defeated Lansing by a score of 4-3. There you have it, my life and death. All in a shaggy secret room. Okay, let's see. 4-3 Lake County over Lansing, 4-5-3 for Lake County, 3-7-0 for Lansing. Winston-Salem over Asheville, 6-5, 6-11-0 for Winston-Salem, 5-8-0 for Asheville. Rome over Greensboro, 11-6, 10-6, 10-11-3 for Rome, 6-8-0 for Greensboro. Hickory over Greenville, 6-1, 6-9-0 for Hickory, 1-3-2 for Greenville. All right, let's keep going. Brooklyn over Bowling Green by a score of 3-1, 3-8-0 for Brooklyn, 1-7-1 for Bowling Green. Dayton overdid it against Fort Wayne, 1-0, 1-5-0 for Dayton, 0-4-1 for the pitcher for, of course, considerable lookage. All right, Hudson Valley over Wilmington, 9-2. 9-10-0 for Hudson Valley, 2-7-1 for Wilmington. Yay. Jersey Aberdeen over the Jersey Shore, 6-1. Anyway. Final in 10 innings, Beloit over Cedar Rapids, 3-2, 3-7-1 for Beloit, 2-6-0 for Cedar Rapids. Tri-City going up against Eugene, and wouldn't you know it, they just had the game go final, 9-1 the final score, 9-6-0 for Tri-City, 1-5-2 for the math ratings. Anyway, when do I think this is going to come? Who knows? Tri-City over Eugene, 9-1, 9-6-0. Tri-City, 1-5-2 Eugene. And there we go. We are one lip down, and that is the single A, or the Olay if you prefer. Bottom of the ninth, the land of the onions continues to wreak havoc. Visalia over Rancho Cucamonga, 7-4. Modesto over School in San Jose, 13-1. The final score. Modesto is on location, so we have a bit of a okay, thank you. Oh Lord. Okay, let's keep going. Yep. Okay, Visalia over Rancho Cucamonga, 7-4, bottom of the ninth. Also in the bottom of the eighth, it's Modesto at over San Jose, 13-1, top of the eighth. Fresno and Stockton are really getting good at these things. Fresno and Stockton, just talked to one of the folks, and they said, "Glad you're here." It's at the American Legion London and Lansing Street, or Lansing Ave, excuse me. But man, oh man, this has to really shake up things in the standings, etc. And every moment I take, every song I make, I'll be watching you. Anyway, Inland Empire over Lake Elsinore, 2-1. 2-7-0 for the Inland, and 1-7-1 for the lake that has their towel deeply submerged too early. All right. Carolina is truly down east, or down east, of course. What the heck happened here, guys? Oh, anyway. I gotta sit up here. Carolina downed down east by a score 6-5, 6-7-0 for Carolina, 5-6-5 for down east. St. Lucie over Daytona, 4-3, 4-10-0 for St. Lucie, 3-6-1 for Daytona. Lynchburg over Salem by a score of 10-2, 10-11-0 for Lynchburg, 2-4-3 for Salem. Jupiter over Palm Beach by a score of 11-0. Thank you very much. Keep it to yourself. And be right back with $11. Where did you get that? All right. Dunedin beat Bradenton by a score of 7-0, 7-13-0 for Dunedin. And for Bradenton, the 7-0, he has a lot of O's to talk about. There you go. All right, Carolina goes down east to say hello to an old and dear friend. Myrtle Beach is beating Columbia again, a fellow Orange. I will. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Myrtle Beach beat Columbia by a score of 8-1, 8-13-1 for Myrtle Beach, 1-5-4 for Columbia. Charleston defeated Fredericksburg 6-5, 6-7-3 for Charleston, 5-7-5 for Fredericksburg. And more offices than you can strip at. All right. Let's see right now if everything is in the proper placement. And, oh boy. Sorry. Anyway. Fayetteville over Kannapolis by a score of 2-1. 2-5-0 for Fayetteville, 1-3-2 for Kannapolis. Augusta over Delmarva. We got final score, which is 6-4. And let's see, Lakeland and Tampa postponed due to rain, as was Clearwater, Fort Myers. And there you go, folks. Happy landings. There we go. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for our baseball segment. Yay. Okay, let us take you now to the National Hockey League. We'll give you the scores and everything else you need on that one. So let's do it right now, as a matter of fact. I'll also give you the 3 stars, as usual. Okay, first. Ooh, boy. All right. First off, the Kraken beat the Sharks the Kraken actually lead the Sharks 2-0 with 6:29 remaining. With just about 33 seconds left before they go final, the Predators lead the Coyotes 4-3. Final scores, we got them. You want them? We got them. And here they are. Penguins 5, Blue Jackets 3. All right. All right. Let's see. Predators and Coyotes still at 4-3. All right. Penguins over the Blue Jackets 5-3. Sabres over Blackhawks 3-2. Maple Leafs over Bruins 5-2. Canadians over the Florida Panthers 10-2. The Devils in Miss Jones, but her singing style pairs in comparison to Gomer Pyle, USMC 5-3 the score. Capitaz down on the Rangers 3-2. Wow. Here are the final scores. Well, here's one of the final scores. Capitals, Rangers. Thank you. Senators over the Flyers 4-2. Lightning over the Invaders 6-4. Golden Knights 7-4 win. Wild over the Avalanche 4-1. They won big. More bigger than you. Anyway. Let's see. Did we do a Ricada Law ad? Yes, we did. All right. We did that. And let us right now. Thank you, guys. All right. Oh, boy. There we go. Let's get you some headlines here in the reality of things being as they are. And as I've went in, there we go. Okay, and oh boy. Mina Kims really wants Seahawks to take quarterback Malik Willis. NFL draft coverage resumed this evening, and ESPN's Mina Kims has one very important request for her beloved Seattle Seahawks: draft quarterback. It's not an unreasonable request. This draft was low on top-end QB talent, according to evaluators, as evidenced by the fact that just one, Pittsburgh's Kenny Pickett, or Pitt's Kenny Pickett, was selected in the first round. Appearing on NFL Live ahead of ESPN's main coverage, Kim's made a direct appeal to Seahawks general manager John "Don't Call Me Bo Duke" Snyder to draft Liberty quarterback Malik Willis. So how likely is Mina to get her wish? It's hard to say, but Seattle does have 2 of the first 10 picks in tonight's draft. We'll update people coming up in the second round, and while Willis might end up going early, they do probably have at least a scant chance to land him. For Mina's sake, Seattle, make it so. All right. Justin Kutcher is no more the voice of the Washington Wizards. That's right. Friday morning, Justin Kutcher announced that he was leaving the Washington Wizards to, quote, pursue other opportunities. After 3 great years calling Washington Wizards games on NBC Sports Washington, I decided to pursue other opportunities. I want to thank NBC Sports Washington, the Wizards organization, and all the DC fans for welcoming me into your homes. You got a fan for life, and hope our paths will cross again. Class act. The Wizards and NBC Sports Washington didn't waste much time in naming a replacement. The team's new play-by-play broadcaster is Chris Miller, who's been with the network since 2007 in a variety of on-air roles. Congratulations. Miller will team up with Drill Gooden to call Wizards games for the 22-23 season. Kutcher joined the team in the summer of 2019, replacing Steve Bookants, who learned he was being replaced while in the hospital with his mother. Knockers. After more than 2 decades calling games for the franchise, we're all far from an expert on the Wizards, but fan reaction to Miller's promotion has seemingly been pretty positive. As for Kutcher, he's got plenty of national experience in a variety of sports, and I wouldn't be surprised if he landed another national gig in the coming months. So, congratulations and good luck in whatever ye will do. Yes. And Peyton Manning hosted College Bowl will be getting a second season on NBC, and that is your sly look at the sports, at the sports media. Let's see. Do we do the NHL? Yeah, because we got other things to do. So let's give you what we are accustomed to give you, ladies and gentlemen, on a Friday night. That makes it feel so right. That is what's coming up. Or do we have a Saturday? I don't think so. I don't think we got a Saturday. I think we got a Sunday. Nope. Nope, that was it. That was it. Last Saturday was it. So we got Stanley Cup, the road to Le Coup de Stanley. Let us now. Let's see. Let us now. Boom. Okay, let's go to our the Stanley Cup, the Great Cup of Nod. 16 teams, 1 cup, and it's time to let it all hang out. That's right. Time to let it all hang out. Time to get the situation with the Stanley Cup uh, gone and gone, or done and done, or somewhere either one of them. Let's see. Oops, hit the wrong button. All right, there we go. The hard ice, as we like to call it. Okay, the Florida Panthers clinched their first ever President's Trophy. Hurrah! Hurrah! Okay, do we have La Coupe de Stanley? We have the Stanley Cup reasonability. All right, we got the playoff picture. And with a few days left in the season, postseason begins on May 2nd and ends on or before June 30th. Let us take you right now to the standings as they speak. In the Atlantic Division, it's the Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Tampa Bay Lightning. In the Metro Division Carolina Hurricanes, New York Rangers, Pittsburgh Penguins. In the Eastern Conference wildcard game, it was Boston Bruins and the Washington Capitals. Central Division, it's the Colorado Avalanche, Minnesota Wild, St. Louis Blues. Pacific Division, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, and the Western Conference wildcard teams will be the Nashville Predators and the Dallas Stars, which means our friends at Rogers and Sportsnet and CBC only have 3 Canadian teams. And they got about, I think, 4 years left on their big-ass deal. So hopefully those 3 teams, one of them will go to the finals. If not, it's going to be another American nightmare or Canadian nightmare for Canadian viewers. Okay. We'll have all the rest of the stuff probably on Sunday, including the playoffs, etc., etc. Okay, speaking of which, thank you very little. Let's get you some headlines before we say our adioses. And we got some big old news for you. Okay. It looks like Trevor Bauer is going to have a couple of times to think of what he has done. 2 years. That's right. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred announced for today that Los Angeles Dodger right-handed pitcher Trevor Bauer has been suspended for 324 games or 2 full seasons under Major League Baseball's joint domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy. Bauer will not be paid during this suspension, which takes effect immediately and will stretch into the 2024 season. His suspension is by a substantial margin, the longest in the history of the policy, which dates back to 2016. A 31-year-old Bauer has not pitched since last June 28th. Days after that start, he was accused of assault. He was then placed on administrative leave by the league while it conducted an investigation, and at the same time, the Pasadena Police Department undertook its own inquiry, the latter announcing on February 8th that Bauer will now face criminal charges in relation to the allegations. The league's collective bargaining domestic violence policy allows Major League Baseball to discipline Bauer even if no criminal charges are filed. Bauer has since released a statement on Twitter, which he announced his plans to appeal Major League Baseball's decision. Jeff Passan of ESPN and others have noted all others suspended All others suspended under this MLB policy have agreed to disciplinary specifics. As a result, they receive credit for games missed during the investigation. Bauer, however, did not agree to his suspension, hence the appeal, and thus is not being credited for the games he has lost to administrative leave. In late June of 2021, Britt Griol and Katie Strang of The Athletic reported details of a woman's encounter with Bauer, which she says were initially consensual. Quote, I agreed to have consensual sex. However, I did not agree or consent to what he did next. I did not agree to be sexually assaulted, the woman said. The Athletic's report, which included graphic details from restraining order requests, including allegations that Bauer strangled and punched the woman. In August of that same year, Los Angeles County Superior Court judge denied a request to extend a temporary restraining order against Bauer, who recently filed suit against his accuser, and in March he also filed suit against 2 media outlets and a reporter. Okay, let us. We have a time. I know we got to do the international, but I think we'll pass that one up. Let's get to round 2 in the picks for, let's get to round 2. I do believe we will do that. Let's shoot round 2 here. Do we have the round 2? Yes, we do. All right. Round 2 goes like this. Tampa Bay, Logan Hall, from the defensive lineman from Houston. Christian Watson, the wide receiver from North Dakota State, goes to Green Bay. Roger McCreary, the cornerback from Auburn, goes to Tennessee. Breece Hall, the running back from Iowa State, goes to the Jets. Jalen Petrie, the safety from Baylor, goes to Houston. Arnold Ebiketie from Penn State, the edge, goes to the Falcons. The Bears pick up cornerback Kyler Gordon from Washington. Seattle Seahawks take Boy Maffey, defensive lineman from Minnesota. Kenneth Walker III, the running back, the powerful running back from Michigan State, goes to Seattle. Andrew Booth Jr., cornerback from Clemson, goes to Minnesota. Wan'Dale Robinson, wide receiver from the University of Kentucky, goes to the New York Giants. John Mechie III, wide receiver from Bama, goes to Houston. The Baltimore Ravens get David Ojabo, the edge from Michigan. Detroit Lions get the edge from the University of Kentucky, Josh Pascal. The Washington Commanders get defensive lineman Fedarian Mathis from Alabama. The Chicago Bears get Joaquin Brisker, safety from Penn State. Alontae Taylor, cornerback for Tennessee, goes to the New Orleans Saints, while the New England Patriots get Tyquan Thornton, wide receiver from Baylor. Eagles get Cam, offensive lineman from Nebraska. Steelers get George Pickens, wide receiver from Georgia. Alec Pierce goes to Indiana, the wide receiver from Cincy. Sky Moore, the wide receiver from West Michigan, goes to Kansas City. Trey McBride, the tight end from Colorado State, goes to the Arizona Cardinals. Sam Williams, defensive lineman from Mississippi, goes to Dallas. Luke Gadecki from the offensive lineman, Central Michigan, goes to Tampa Bay. Troy Anderson, linebacker from Montana State, goes to the Atlanta Falcons. Minnesota gets Ed Ingram, the offensive lineman from LSU. Meanwhile, the Bengals get Cam Taylor-Britt, cornerback for Nebraska. Drake Jackson, linebacker USC, goes to San Fran. Brian Cook, safety from Cincy, he is now the property of Kansas City. James Cook, the running back of Georgia, goes to Buffalo now. And Nick Bonito, linebacker from Oklahoma, goes to Denver Broncos. And now at present, let's take you now to round 3. In the round 3 action, let's go to it. Thank you. We'll talk to you in a bit. Jacksonville Jaguars take Luke Fortner from University of Kentucky, the offensive lineman. Minnesota takes Brian Asamoah, linebacker, Oklahoma. New York Giants take Joshua Izudu, defensive lineman, UNC. The Browns of Cleveland take Martin Emerson, cornerback, Mississippi State. Nicholas Petitfier, the offensive lineman from Ohio State, goes to Tennessee Titans. Chad Muma, linebacker from Wyoming, goes to the Jacksonville Jags. Velus Jones Jr., wide receiver, Tennessee, goes to the Bears. Abraham Lucas, the offensive lineman for Washington State, goes to Seattle. Jelani Woods, tight end of University of Virginia, goes to Indianapolis. Desmond Ridder, the quarterback from Cincy, goes to the Falcons. Christian Harris, linebacker of Alabama, goes to Houston. Baltimore Ravens get Travis Johnson, defensive lineman, University of Connecticut. Indianapolis gets Bernard Raymond, the offensive lineman, Central Michigan. Alex Wright, linebacker from the University of Alabama, Birmingham, goes to the Browns. J.T. Woods, the safety for Baylor, goes to Los Angeles Chargers. Greg Dulcich, tight end, UCLA, goes to the Browns. Cordell Fiat goes to the safety from Louisiana State, goes to New York Giants. D'Angelo Malone, the edge from Western Kentucky, goes to the Falcons. Nakobe Dean, linebacker, University of Georgia, goes to the Eagles. DeMarvin Leal, defensive lineman, Texas A&M, goes to the Steelers. Marcus Jones, cornerback, Houston, goes to those fine, upstanding people in New England. Malik Willis, quarterback from Liberty, goes to Tennessee. Cameron Thomas, defensive lineman from South Dakota State, goes to the Cardinals of Arizona. Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver of Southern Alabama, goes to Dallas Cowboys. Terrell Bernard, linebacker for Baylor, goes to the fun people of Buffalo. Dylan Parham, the offensive lineman of Memphis, goes to the Vegas Raiders. Rashad White, the running back of Arizona State, goes to Tampa Bay. Sean Ryan, the offensive lineman of UCLA, goes to Green Bay. Tyron Davis Price, the running back of LSU, goes to San Francisco. Matt Corral, quarterback of Mississippi, goes to the Carolina Panthers. Zachary Carter, defensive lineman of Florida, goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. Nick Cross, the safety from Maryland, goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Kirby Joseph, safety from Illinois, comes to the Lions. The Washington Commodores take Brian Robinson Jr., running back from Alabama. David Bell, the wide receiver of Purdue, goes to the Browns of Cleveland. Majai Sanders, defensive lineman, Cincinnati, goes to Arizona. New York Jets get Jeremy Rucker, tight end, Ohio State. Miami gets Channing Tindall, linebacker of Georgia. Leo Chanel, linebacker, Wisconsin, goes to Kansas City. Logan Bruce, the offensive lineman of Wisconsin, goes to the Super Bowl defending champion Los Angeles Rams. And the final pick in the third round went to Danny Gray, wide receiver, SMU. He's off to the beautiful place known as San Francisco. And that is it. That is indeed it. And we are going to have to, let's see, are we going to, we only got time to do a quick round of our international sports. So Let's do that, and we'll do the rest tomorrow, as they say. Okay, here we go. Championship soccer. Sheffield United over Queens Park Rangers 3-1. And we're going to make this really quick. Turkish Super League. Fenerbahce over Gaziantep 3-2. Giresunspor over Adana Demirspor 2-0. Portuguese Premier League, Famalicão over Estrela Pereira 3-1. And in Dutch Eredivisie, Utrecht defeated NEC 1-0. And that is about all the time we got to bring you our usual fun fiesta that we like to call the sports. We will be back tomorrow night at 11:35 with more sports that you can shake the proverbial stick at, and we hope you'll tune in for that. We will talk to you folks tomorrow night at 11:35 right here on the L2C Media Network. So until then, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley saying thank you for tuning in, and thank you for bearing with us throughout our day, our night, and everything else therein. So for right now, for everybody, for Harry and our entire crew, Steve Baxley saying, as always, thank you for tuning in. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with very good people at the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We'll talk to you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody, and thank you. Good night.